Hey, this is Monotone. In this video I'm going to be demonstrating 3 different glitches that allow you to enter Emerald Coast as Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So, let's get started. As Tails, you want to get to this point and fly towards this direction around the building. Once you get to this point, which you can stand on for some reason, fly through the building here to reach the Emerald Coast loading zone. Or if you want to be cool, you can just do it quickly like this. Because the game doesn't expect you to enter Emerald Coast as an unintended character, there isn't a special loading screen that appears. Instead, you just see a generic one. So now we're in Emerald Coast as Tails, specifically Sonic's version of Emerald Coast. This will be the case for Knuckles and Amy as well. As you'll see, the first half of the stage is pretty much identical to how it would play out with Sonic. There is an unavoidable roadblock that prevents you from actually completing the stage, however, but I'll get there when I get there. Not sure what happened here. Just SADX being SADX, I guess. Out of curiosity, I did try to see if I could get on top of the lighthouse here, and well, you can't. Oh well. Unfortunately, when we try to enter the second half, the game just instantly kicks you out of the stage and back to Station Square. And it only does this with Tails for some reason. Next, we'll move on to Knuckles. This setup requires you to take the burger guy all the way from his starting point to the gate that blocks Emerald Coast. You'll see why in a second. First things first, set the camera to free camera. This should make the setup a lot easier. Basically, you want to place the burger guy around here and glide in this direction. You should pretty consistently enter the stage this way. As you can see, I'm not able to dig for anything here. Obviously Knuckles isn't supposed to be here, so it makes sense. Somehow this exact thing happened to me as Tails and Knuckles. I initially just thought, well, I'm not supposed to be playing this stage as these characters, so the game is probably confused. But immediately after dying, I'm able to complete the section no problem, so honestly, I don't even know. Much like Tails, the game doesn't load the second half of the stage as Knuckles, but instead of kicking you out, you die immediately and then are able to bounce endlessly on a spring in the middle of nowhere. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, it's impossible to progress any further. And lastly, we'll move on to Amy. The setup for Amy is pretty inconsistent and it might take you several tries, but basically you want to use the hammer jump ability when you reach the left corner here. Using free camera should make the setup a bit easier. So as you can probably tell, Amy is much slower than the rest of the characters I've shown. Not only that, she's much floatier when it comes to jumping from ramps. You'll see why that's a problem in a little bit. Unfortunately, this is where the run ends. Amy's too floaty, so when she jumps off the ramp here, the whale immediately deals damage. I tried several different ways to clear the section, but I just don't think it's possible. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. This was a bit of a departure from my normal content, but if you guys want, feel free to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.